Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Adobe Photoshop tips and tricks, new episode. And today we are going to be talking about selective color. Not to be confused with color tinting, which I'm actually going to do in a future episode. But selective color is a very easy process to do. It's widely used. I myself find myself using it a lot in weddings. It's highly requested. Brides seem to love it. A common use of it during a wedding would be to do the bride and grooms with the flowers, to do the flowers in color, and various other things. And in this instance, in this case, I used it with this flower shot here, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So what happens is that you're converting a color image into black and white and then telling Photoshop what parts you want back in color. So you're not throwing any of the data out. So say you're working with a JPEG image. That data is collected and stored in there even though that's converted into a black and white image because you're not saving and flattening the image. So all the data information is deconstructively stored into the image. If that can clear it up for you. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to do that. And it's pretty simple. So, we have our color image straight from the camera. We're going to do Command Control, whether you're on a Mac or PC. We're going to duplicate the layer. Okay, so we keep that background layer intact without messing anything up. We have the copy here, the duplicate layer, layer 1. You can label it if you want. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to scroll to black and white. And we're going to convert that color image to black and white. But remember now, everything is still stored in there. All the data and information of the color is still stored in that image. All you did was convert it. You didn't wipe away the color data. Now, I'm working with a Wacom pen tablet, an Intuos 4. So what I like to do is I like to select a brush. I like to select a soft brush. Of course, the size of the brush is going to depend on the area that you're working in, of course. Now what I like to do is I like to use the left and right bracket keys. Bracket for a bigger brush, left bracket for a smaller brush. Sometimes you're going to have to really get in detail in some of these images. Okay? So for this instance, we're going to start off with a brush about this size. What we're doing is we're in the black and white layer, and if you see the mask, it's white. So what do you paint in a white mask? You paint in black. So you set your foreground color to black. Now watch what happens. Okay? You're starting to bring in the color back in the areas that you want. Now, depending on the image, depending on the complexity of the image, this is going to take X amount of minutes to do. Of course, if you have really intricate certain areas, you're going to have to definitely fine-tune it and really paint in those certain areas very carefully without bleeding onto the other side or, bleeding onto the other image or the other colors that you don't want to bring back. And if that happens, you simply select white and you can start erasing from the mask. See? You start coloring the black and white back in, erasing it from color. Again, you switch it back to black. Okay, it's very simple. But of course, it depends. I'm just showing you as an example right now. I'm rushing it, but you would take your time, and I advise using a pen tablet so you can really get intense and really fine detailed and really make your image look good. You don't want to bleed into the other sides here, and you don't want to start getting some goofy effects here. You want to really take your time. So to speed this up, I'm going to show you the image done. Here we go. I took my time. I did that for a project, and that's how that came out. So like I said, it's not too bad. It's not too complicated. It's not too crazy. A lot of people think it is. Like, oh, wow, how do you do that? It does have that effect on non-photographers or non-retouchers. It does put a big impact. That's the whole point of it. People seem to like it. I have people that I do weddings for request it. Oh, can you do selective color? I did it on a car shoot. I did that classic car. If you look back a few episodes, you'll see I used that as an example for a tutorial. That was selective color. So in some instances it works, and some it doesn't. Um, in the same shoot here, I did a picture of a flower, a real tall sunflower, standing out standing out amongst the rest. I called it, and it was a real tall sunflower, and I made that one in color, and the rest was black and white. So it definitely has a powerful punch to it. It adds a lot of character to your image, and I think that's why a lot of people like it. So that's selective color. Try it out. Let me know how you make out. Go through the tutorial, the steps, and thank you so much for watching this episode. Take care, and we'll see you on future Photoshop episodes. Bye-bye, everybody.